Hi, this is Order of the Week. Every week I do a video and I always say I talk about something that is important to me at the time and hopefully, definitely, it's important for other people too. Um, Today is 25th January 2021. It's Monday. Ideally, I will make all the videos on Monday, but sometimes have been Friday or even Sunday when I made them. But today, because I always say it's for the week of the Monday, that start on Monday, and today is Monday, so it's for this week. So I've been up to date this week for a change. And yeah, today is the 25th and it's Monday. The last video I did, I was talking about January, and for me, January is about a slow pace kind of time, because all the intensity from the weeks before Christmas and then Christmas, which are normally tired just the day before Christmas, to be honest, because you have to make hours for work for the days that you're gonna be off, and because you have to prepare things for whatever you are doing. Is you are making a meeting, but maybe not this year, particularly with the pandemic and lockdown restrictions, but still buying presents, and I'm still doing meeting someone, hopefully. It's no, well, just prepare things for yourselves, you can always celebrate by yourself, I did some kind of celebration by myself, completely by myself this year, for the first year in ever, maybe 1 year. I think I was alone as well on Christmas Day, and that was that was by choice. I have to work, and I couldn't go to see my family, but then I could have, meeting friends, but I didn't want to. I don't know, I just didn't think about that, I suppose, and I spent it alone because I thought it was just 1 day and it wouldn't make a much difference, but I didn't like it, to be honest. And I'm talking about that was maybe more than 10 years ago. And ever since, I always have spent Christmas with family, because that's what I prefer to do. Other people prefer to do it with friends, and other people prefer to do it alone, and that is fine. But this year, I was obviously forced to do it by myself because for lockdown restrictions, I couldn't go anywhere and see anyone. And I still celebrated, one person meal, one person cake, one person everything, but hey, it's still countable, so that was my celebration, 1 person celebration for Christmas. And yes, I say January is always the way I feel it. It's a bit more slow pace and sometimes even low energy and even blue sometimes, to go back to a reality, a reality check of work and daily life and bank accounts going, lower. And I was talking about that, but obviously with things ongoing, that I, for some reason, maybe for my low energy or my apathy, I didn't really, I don't know, I was aware of that, but was consciously aware maybe of the intensity, at least in that level of intensity, I didn't really experience it, And it was obviously what was going on in USA with the riots, where it happened at the beginning of January, really. It was on the 7th, I believe it was on the 7th. but I was talking about the slow pace of January and not much going on, and then all of those things were happening at the same time. So obviously I was a bit of my a little bubble, and it burst quick enough, soon enough. But yeah, I suppose for a couple of days I was living in my own bubble. I know, even though I was aware, I definitely was aware, because the day happened, it was on the papers, and I saw it on the papers, and I was, but no, it was more still, still. What's the word? There is another different word for hibernation. It's there is some animals that hibernate, but other animals is not considered hibernation. I don't know why it's different, but it's it's in a kind of a sleepy mode, but it doesn't call hibernation because maybe it's no all the full hibernation phenomena, or physiologically speaking. And but yeah, I was in this slow energy and apathy, and I was just too slow to become aware of things, of intensity, as I say. Maybe I was aware, definitely I was aware what was going on, but I wasn't experience it in intensively, and but definitely even things were still going on, even in this as I say, for me, slow pace kind of time. It was more like pockets. I still feel there is a lot less going on than other times, but definitely less going on than in December. Or that's the way I feel it anyway. Is anyone, have a different, the opposite experience, please share with me. But that's what I know. And but it was more like pockets kind of events and intensity, localized, and rather than this global, intensive atmosphere, that has happened just previously to Christmas time. But at the same time, there is countries where they don't have Christmas, in December. So obviously I'm sure they will experience December in a very different way. And that is China, for instance. China, I don't think they have Christmas. I don't think there is Christmas in Japan per se, but maybe there's something going on as well. But no, they don't have, maybe in the calendar, maybe they don't have Christmas Day, maybe. But they, in China, talking about China, they have the New Year now. I think it's this week, I don't know the date exactly. Hopefully it's this week. Maybe it was last week, and sorry, I'm late. But I think it was this week. And I was looking what kind of animal is this year, because I do like this animal kind of year astrology in China. I do like astrology as well. I have obviously my own beliefs, if you want to call it like that. I don't, definitely I will be very cautious on say that our beliefs, maybe they are just more the beliefs are curiosities. I think that's the word. I think I'm more curious about than really believe it. And I have curiosities about astrology, and I always look the animal year, and for some reason I was so confused, because for some reason I thought last year was the dragon, and then the way I worked it out was okay, that the dragon maybe now is the snake, I think, but then it was not the dragon, it was not a snake, because I worked it out with my age, and I thought was the the rat at some point, because it's the year before me. But for my surprise, I looked this morning videos about Chinese year animal, and it's the ox, and I was very surprised because it's my year, you know. So I should have known. Working out for my age, I should have known that was the ox this year. But no, I was just taking 1 year of my age, and was very happy about that. So it happens when you get to so many years of life. And so yeah, it's the year of the ox, and I don't know if I definitely don't know much about daily living in China. Of course, I know things about China, like but it's international kind of knowledge. I'm not that deep either. But I don't know anything about daily life. I know about food, Chinese food, because I eat it often, and I've been eating in many countries, but I don't know if that's the real Chinese food. Probably not. But I suppose there is some bases, that are similar, like obviously like sharp soup. I think it's the only place that do sharp soup. I did try it once. I don't know. It was made with a real sharp food, or they use some stock like you use, everywhere else to make the chicken flavor or beef flavor, or fish flavor in this case. And so maybe it was made out of stock, which is fine for me. It's definitely fine. But and this is vegetarian, even better, but definitely the taste, I thought, was something that I never tried before. I did like it. I thought it was quite strong, but I did like it. I thought, because I like fish soup, and I do make quite often fish soup, so I do like it. Not everyone likes fish soup, to be honest, but I do like the one I make, and I make it very often. I like the sharp soup, whether it was made with sharp or not. This is no, I even more happy to hear it wasn't real sharp, because I think sharp, even this scary animal, is still quite majestuous for me, in the way I feel it, and I don't like the feeling to be eating a shark, to be honest, personally. So if that was stock, even better. So yeah, I've been eating other things that I love, definitely, like black bean sauce is amazing. I love it, but I don't know to make it. I would like to make it one day, but I don't know how to make it. And yeah, I've been eating different Chinese food, and I really like it. But apart from that, I don't know much about daily life, I know they have these cats that move the arm, and they were selling on the supermarkets for a lucky kind of item. It's not something I feel, I feel identify. So obviously, I didn't get it. But they are cute. They are very cute. And I was looking videos about if I could find some more detail about around this time in China, the change of the year, and maybe to see what they do in terms of celebration. And I put Chinese New Year 2021, but then the search show the same search with the word Son at the end, so it's Chinese New Year 2021 Son. And I thought, a son for Chinese years, I thought maybe something similar to in Europe, number one song for Christmas, which I don't think is everywhere in Europe, but it's definitely in some countries in Europe and America as well, and maybe other continents as well. But as far as I know, definitely some countries in Europe and America, they do this number one Christmas song. And I thought maybe it was something like that. And then I click. I cannot say the title of the video because it's in Chinese and I don't know word in Chinese. The song is in Chinese as well. But I was very surprised that I could hear the word bull, which is this is the year of the ox. Maybe they are saying bull in terms of, it's a bull. And the animal is a bull. But maybe maybe it's not. And I'm sorry, I apologize. It's getting completely wrong. But I thought I could hear the word. So definitely I don't think it's the number one song for New Year, Chinese New Year. I don't think so. But it's maybe just a song that it talks about the animal, the Chinese New Year animal, which is the ox. It's a bull. And it shows, the picture shows this lady, which I take will be the singer, but I don't know because it's just show the picture in the whole video. And there is a bull in gold, like plasticky kind of looking. And then there is a chariot with like gold coins, something like that. And I thought, that's good, It's maybe gonna be a good year in terms of money. I mean, we all can do with that. Definitely, we all can do with that. So yeah, definitely. But I think the song is singing about the animal, the Chinese year animal. So I didn't see any more videos about this celebration of New Year. So I don't know much about the culture, obviously everywhere I live all my life have been a big community, Chinese community, but for some reason they just keep it quite reserved, so no, I didn't have hardly any contact, to be honest, apart from the shopkeepers or the restaurant, keepers as well, the waiters, and it's obviously very brief contact and very task related, of shopping and buying and eating. So no, I don't know anything about their personal life or anything. Obviously, and there is things that always have become a symbol of China, whether maybe that's true for the whole China or maybe it's not, because that happened with other countries, you think there is these symbols, and they are not symbols, they are cliches, and then people are very surprised and they are very shocked when about these symbols, because they don't represent the area they live in their country. And but one thing that becomes a symbol in China, I would say, it was rice. Well, that's what I always thought, and apologize if that's not that way. I have to say, I have been in the one that the restaurant where I ate the shark soup, I thought was quite familiar, and I thought maybe it's more authentic, and was the only place I have seen shark soup, and I thought maybe it was more authentic and less commercial kind of food, and another place that I thought was quite not so much familiar, but it looks different, and I thought maybe different. The staff working in the restaurant, I have to say, they didn't seem to know to speak in another language, in the language of the country. So I thought maybe they are very new here, and I assumed that the food was quite authentic from the area. That's what I assumed, and maybe I was completely wrong. But what I want to say is that in this menu, it wasn't hardly much rice, to be honest. It was a lot of boiled vegetables and fish or seafood, but mostly vegetables more than anything. And it wasn't that much rice, to be honest. So, maybe some areas, like a fisher kind of fisherman, fish village, kind of place. Maybe they eat less rice, but I can't remember. Maybe it was more rice, and I was just going for the vegetables and the seafood and the fish. Maybe. But yeah, it wasn't that much rice that you normally have in more. You can see more commercial kind of food restaurants. So yeah, but rice, I think, is always that I always thought was something that's original from China, and I love rice. I do love rice, and I eat rice very often. So I'm gonna leave it here, and this is the first part of the video. I'm gonna leave it here, and I'll be back for the second part later. See you soon.